brand no be cheap, DJ put on repeat.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I am the sun shining over you, shining over you. My love makes things grow. Feel the way I move, feel the way I move. I am the stars overpowering you. But don't do me wrong, or I'm coming after you, Ooh. I am the sun shining over you, My love makes things grow. Feel the way I move, I am the star overpowering you. But don't do me, or I'm coming after you, Ooh.
Baptized in dirty water.
I never stop until the cash came. Off the porch with the torch in the fast lane. I never stop until the cash came. Broke rain. Getting it out the mud like Shrek. Whole onions packed and wrapped on donkey back. I want the money, y'all can have the fame. I never stop, just hustle till the cash came. I'm a ogre, getting it out the mud like Shrek. Whole onions packed and wrapped on donkey back. On my way to the castle, I'm sewer rat. Can't wait to slay the dragon and get Fiona back. High stakes, high reward. Cop Snow White cooked up 7 dwarves. Mama say be a leader, not a follower, boy. This Peter Pan peanut butter got us ballin', boy. A pot of pissing, so I'm out the window. Fully loaded extendo hanging out the rental. Dog food, I need my bits and kibbles. Bad news, I'm out the Vic kennel. My mama never knew about my hustle nor my whereabouts. Dope fiend rentals or the contraband in her house. All I knew was go and get it, nigga, when the lights were out. Fiending for the money, yeah, gritting foaming out the mouth. I never stop until the cash came. Off the porch with the torch in the fast lane. I never stop until the cash came. Broke outside, gritting in the pouring rain. Getting it out the mud like Shrek. Whole onions packed and wrapped on donkey back. I want the money, y'all can have the fame. I never stop, just hustle till the cash came.
On my visit to the castle, and me and Dama flip them like they tumbling. Man, I want that 5, I want that whole 10. I seen that shit across the border like a Mexican. See, we ain't where I'm from, they call that trafficking. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's common sense. Money on my mind, man, and how to get it. 12 ways to get paid, man, I'm all with it. Shovel in the dirt because I dig hard. My girl lucky in the bed because I stay hard. Running through the streets like a dog, half man, half a mason, but I'm all beast. Foaming at the mouth when it's time to eat. So we work of the dog.
I never stop until the cash lane. I never stop until the cash in the pouring rain. Getting it out the mud like Shrek. Whole onions packed and wrapped on donkey back. I want the money, y'all can have the fame. I never stop, just hustle till the cash came.
16 and sorry, baby, people never cared to me. All my friends were secret, TT Don Wagner sent me back to live with mama, hopped up off the break. I'm focused on my vision, that's when I met my hitter. Illinois bringing all the noise, nigga. Put me in that blue bomb and taught me how to talk. He never touched you. Close your mouth, open your ears. See, you can't have my back unless your mouth's clear. I'm sticking to the money, that is thick. Survival of a crew, no hesitation, never missing money. I say loyal to my hustle, move that man about the way. He ain't bringing back that butter. Mississippi, what they call me. Eerie when they walk in, terror never stalling. I come out swinging if I'm back against the wall. Yeah, I'm never dime a dozen. I got a point, going stupid dumb. Too fat on them. That go for my and that go for my too. Never change a soul look. Every day they judging you. Mama wrote the chronicles, and that's who I pay homage to. Close your mouth, open your ears. See, you can't have my back unless your mind is clear. You can't have my back unless your mind is clear. I'm getting to the mind.
There on me.
Come for trouble, we not here to bring pain. We only want our freedom. We tired of these games. My people in the struggle. We have so much to gain. Only if we realize we are all the same. Yeah.
I'm not here for no trouble. I'm just here to explain that my people is tired of brainwashing mind games. From the start, I was told that we was at a disadvantage. Well, if you believe in his story, that was my understanding. We descendants of slaves, but now they keep stressing we free. With all the agendas they still pushing in our communities. The lack of unity like you and I could never be. Subconsciously taught to think my own race is my true enemy. But now I know we guys with mental higher ways of thinking. And we was free before slave ships and Abe Lincolns. And Martin tried to preach us, and Malcolm tried to reach us, and Rosa Parks showed us that we really don't have to give our seat up. Somehow we failed to see the power of our true potential, except it's still want it from people proving that they still against you. We need to heal ourselves before we try to integrate. Remember, everything is not food
We
that
don't
get put on your
come
plate.
for trouble. We not here to bring pain. We only want our freedom. We tired of these games. My people in the struggle. We have so much to gain. Only if we realize we are all the looking to be stressed. Mind going crazy, yeah, what do we do next? Gotta go ahead and get it, push it for a reason. Gotta win and got it for a reason, yeah. Living in a land, got our bodies looking to be stressed. Mind going crazy, yeah, what do we do next? Gotta go ahead and get it, push it for a reason. Gotta win and got it for a reason. My people bleed out, but why we bleed out? Kids is deep down. We don't come for trouble. We not here to bring pain. We only want our freedom. We tired of these games. My people in the struggle. We have so much to gain. Only if we realize we are all the same. Yeah.
There is nothing in the relationship with you. And through my situations, you've always been there for me to carry me through. Living me is what opened up my eyes when I was blind. Now here I stand with a testimony, no doubt about it. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, thank you, thank you. Lord, we wanna say thank you for the marvelous things, for the marvelous things you've done for me. There were many times I laid awake at night wondering why things in my life just wasn't going right. I had to face the truth. I cannot do nothing without you. He's always there. He loves and cares. I know he's always there. His love is so rare. His love so real. Oh, taste and see. His love is always real. Real. Thank you. Every day I will want to say thank you for waking us up this morning. We say thank you for the marvelous things, for the marvelous things you've done for me. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. You're wrong, don't let me know. No. You will never be the same again. He will take care of you. He will take care of you. Thank you. Lord, I want to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. Lord, we want to say thank you.
No views, no play, so I made a play. No love when I post, had to fade away. Big yacht, first I want a big watch with a big face spinning like a blade. Let me show you how to upgrade. Baby girl, you need to upgrade. Baby girl, you need to upgrade. Let me show you how to upgrade. Rip socks, now I want them big knots. Kick dots, all I know is get guap. Gassed up like a quick shot. Let me show you how to upgrade. If I take the stand, then I'm gon' lie. Cause I know that justice isn't colorblind. Sitting shots, thinking that he Columbine. Call a bro, bring the carbine. Realize my potential, ain't no chasing no hope. Long climb to the top, don't bring down essentials. Certain lines you don't cross. Puka got me with the sauce, Colonel Sanders with the sauce. Want a chain that look like her. I want a chain that look like her. Baby look like Killer Frost. Why? She gon' go until she call. She hit my line to get it off. Yeah, I wanna chain that look like how. Baby look like Killer Frost. Why? She gon' go until she call. She hit my line to get it off. It's often I know it, so I gotta go harder. Ain't no toss or pass, cause I feel like a baller. She didn't want me back then, I gotta charge her. Yeah, I gotta charge her. No views, no plays, so I made a play. No love when I post, had to fade away. Big yacht, first I want a big watch with a big face, spinning like a blade. Let me show you how to upgrade. Baby girl, you need to upgrade. Baby girl, you need to upgrade. Let me show you how to upgrade. Red socks, now I want them big knots. Kick dots, all I know is get guap. Gassed up like a quick shop. Let me show you how to upgrade. No water, but I drip. Upgrade, now I'm boss, yeah, I'm lit. Bruce Wayne, but I came with a loose chain, make it rain. You a Dane, I'm a pit, yeah. Only cash on me. I be looking like a bank, cheese on me like Ginobili. I was quiet, now I'm hungry. One designer on my way, Jack boys hit the safe. I want a chain that look like how. Baby look like Killer Frost. Why? She gon' go until she call. She hit my line to get it off. Yeah, I want a chain that look like how. Baby look like Killer Frost. Why? She gon' go until she call. She hit my line to get it off. Yeah. Yeah.
Heart of a lion, ay, soul of a saint, whoa, mind of a God, ay, I'm on a break, whoa, I've been to heaven, ay, I've been to hell, whoa, I've been to prison, ay, but you can't tell, whoa, I had to get it, ay, when I was broke, whoa, 4 mile feet in the hustle is washing the money up, ay, cold peace, I say less than a 4 speak, me, Ricky, yo, peace. And if he acting funny at the meetup, then that's more dope. Nah, that ain't enough. Well, foot on the gas. I'm driving reckless, I've been on the other side. So let me enjoy my sunshine. Hey, whoa. The window to your heart. But I see everything. Hey, yo, Flame, we did this, baby. Hey, hey, hey. Whoa, this is my battle cry. I hope you straddle tight. A peacemaker with my peacemaker on the right. I'm giving last rites, ordained by the streets. A gift from God, so you better make peace. Whoa, we pushing product, we at the door. Whoa, I know we eating, but man, I want some more. Whoa, I'm out the window, I head first. Hey, my life's a blessing, but sometimes it feels cursed. Hey, real talk, man, I talk real, no lies. Tupac ain't the only one, all eyes. They say I keep the same thing I had in 05. A little attitude and cocky for the slow ride. I make your soul glide, I make your soul glow. These niggas so high, I'm firing so low. This ain't the easy road if you wanna get paid. You best to get your pennies and head down the harder way. Yeah. Said you looking for a
you looking for a trapper? Well, maybe I'm a block star, yeah. I got what you need, all you need is let me turn you on now. I promise the time of your life whenever we get out now. Hey, baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go.
She staring at me like she shell shocked, like she just seen Tupac. She bent it over, then she made it drop. And then I stuck it in the mailbox. Real thick like Latifah. Her girl got a girl like Monifa. I'm on fire, man, I spit ether. Yeah, they want me like the Drake feature. Let me lick that. So sweet like a Fanta. Real juicy Tropicana. Put it in her mouth, that banana. She want a thug in the light, so them blanks ain't in a ride. Hey, she called me over last night, so I came through and gave her that.
Said you looking for a rapper? Well, baby, I'm a rock star. Said you looking for a trapper? Well, baby, I'm a block star, yeah. I got what you need, all you need is let me turn you on now. I promise the time of your life whenever we get out now. Hey, baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go.
Baby, come on over here and get it, feel it, roll with it. It was softer than some linen last night. It was right, we in tune, satellite, out of sight, out of mind. I should feel daddy, let me get back to the money like I'm Weezy. I ain't never gonna be the one that gonna take it easy. I'ma get up in the kitty like a checkup from the clinic. When I'm in it, you gon' think it was a never innocent and high. Make you feel that life of a trapper. Yeah, that snapper got me feeling for no reason. Now I pick it up and eat it like I mean it. I mean it, that's the way I am, and I ain't never acting. I'm a captain, I'm so certified to make you feel the action like a blessing. You got values, true values. Giselle and Chanel can't even understand you.
Well, baby, I'm a rock star. Said you looking for a trapper. Well, baby, I'm a block star, yeah. I got what you need, all you need is let me turn you on now. I promise the time of your life whenever we get out now. Hey, baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go. Baby, this a lullaby, baby, this a rock-a-bye, baby, go.
Whatever you wanna do. Hey, baby, love when you wanna get close to me. I need your energy. I want love when you turn me on. I love when you tasting me. Work it, babe. Yeah, you deserve it, babe. Love when you taste me, babe. Yeah, you deserve it, babe. Know you work it, babe. I don't want no one else. Keep it all for me, babe. Keep it all for me, babe. It's going down tonight. Come and pick me up. Come and fill this cup. Yeah, ooh, baby, put me in this ride. You know what's up. Meet me downtown. Gotta turn up this club. I want Kardashian. Oh yeah, you work it. I don't want no one else. Keep it all for me, babe. Keep it all for you in the morning. I'm up talking sexy with you. Right, yeah, you know, when you bang my line, it's whatever you wanna do. Right, yeah, you know, say that you needed me, waiting so patiently. I don't need no one else, so say someone else. Say you say someone else. I don't need you with someone else. Better expect me, babe. Better feel me, babe. I'm the type of woman I like to shoot. You know you like this freak, girl. It's a deal. You love this freakness from the back. From my back, and you know you cute to fight. Gotta feel right when you freak me back. Gotta chill vibe when you freak me back. Now you wanna chill when you freak me back. From my back, and you know you feel me back. Hey.
Big bitty bad, big city. Who got the big old big? That's a good kitty. Pretty face, long hair, that's a good fitty. Look at that, I thought he in the hoodie rag. Hit the model chicken down, she throw goodie bag. Shorty like to ski like a mini man. Pretty in the leg, toting plenty. It's in Miami, toting plenty. It's be Queens, toting plenty. It's some in the A, shaking plenty. Put the in the face and do a minute blast. Go tsunami on the bad. Go tsunami on the Shorty 5'3" and stupid dead. She be chillin' in Miami and she live. Bad. Go tsunami on the bad. Go tsunami on the Shorty 5'3" and stupid dead. She be chillin' in Miami and she live.
She let me know she wanna get it jumpin'. So I let her know I wanna hit the pumpkin. And then she let me know she wasn't with the front end. Well, get with it, honey, let me hump then. Plump like a plum lady, let me put my thumb in it. Gone, throw my bone in the box like I'm done with it. Dome, no I don't, tell her stop cause she done with it at home. Like I know she a thought, but the bun's wicked. And I ain't gotta call her my boo, cause as bad as I wanna, that means she wanna too. I come at her too, now get it crackin', running her through. She ready to go, that means you can run on her too. Hey.
Bad. Go tsunami on the bad. Go tsunami on the Shorty 5'3" and stupid dead. She be chillin' in Miami and she live. Bad. Go tsunami on the bad. Go tsunami on the Shorty 5'3" and stupid dead. She be chillin' in Miami and she live.
Ride on this pole, come off of that mouth. Don't act like you don't know what to do with that rope. There's her ring, that ring is there to catch your nip. Yes, I'm my nip. The knob. Throw that back when you see a trill. Guaranteed to make you clap when she twerking on. Run it for a plate. I call her booty all day, booty every day.
Bad. Go tsunami on the bad. Go tsunami on the Shorty 5'3" and stupid dead. She be chillin' in Miami and she live. Bad. Go tsunami on the bad. Go tsunami on the Shorty 5'3" and stupid dead. She be chillin' in Miami and she live.
Warrior sound cry war. Warrior sound cry war. Lit like big, let go. Moving that wall like mo. Warrior sound cry war. Warrior sound cry war. Lit like Billy Go. Moving that one like Mo. Warrior bell like me. Earthman say la bird. Earthman can't find pace. My pace is still be king. Can't stop living like Goldie. With the fan bell running, we rollin'. Polish like living like Goldie. Polish style living like Goldie. I wake up, I feel like I'm chosen. My life gold, need the crown and the Rolex. Here where my ancestors chant. They like was stolen, we back to collect. I need the same, gold around my neck. Got me a pin, put a thorn in that beat. Yeah, we this shit, we just masking the sin. My bro, he a savage, his name on the list, he get nice with the pen. I feel the spirit blowing in the wind, working even when the moon ain't lit. Some be slaves to the game, but we own our own masters and whips. Warrior sound cry war. Warrior sound cry war. Lit like bit, let go. Moving that one like Mo. Warrior sound cry war. Warrior sound cry war. Lit like bit, let go. Moving that one like Mo. Warrior bell like me. Earthman say la bird. Earthman can't find pace. My pace is still be king. Can't stop living like Goldie. With the fan bell running, we rollin'. My ancestors told me you right to kill Kobe. About to slide at the village. I got my arm. Before there's a creation, spirit culture got separated. This is a war zone where my banshee sound of a battle cry ringing, dancing king with arrows and ground 10 toes. Standing warrior sound cry war. Lit like bit, let go. Moving that one like Mo. Warrior sound cry war. Warrior sound cry war. Lit like bit, let go. Moving that one like Mo. Warrior bell like me. Earthman say la bird. Earthman can't find pace. Can't stop living like Goldie. With the fan bell running. Goldie. Polish style living like Goldie.
Walk with me. Take my hand, man. 5 steps away from my porch, headed to the corner store. Could already smell the aromas of death, lust, and hydro. While kids playing out in the streets, making one to pop their mouths, talking disrespectful. Hell, you never see their parents around. A block away from my crib, walking through a gang slang and gang bang. Lost souls repeating the same things. Really wish that I could move right now, but I can't. So since we're both here, maybe you could take my hand and walk with me. Come walk with me through my hood. Come on and take a walk with me. Where redemption ain't all good. Take my hand, take my hand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand. About 2 more blocks to go before I reach my destination. Perspiration, 97 degrees, I'ma need that hydration. Contemplating for the first time of buying a strap. Cause only 50 feet from my current stance, my brother's getting jacked. And I can't do a thing besides walk on by. Only 1 more block to go to finish my mission. It's my favorite block cause it's sister that I've been feeling. Hey, what's up, Aisha? Damn, what happened to you? But I would be a lie acting like it's the first time. Only once can you play victim when you find that someone's toxic. After that, you're a willing participant in all the night. She replied, I really wish that I could leave, but I can't. So since we're both here, maybe you could take my hand and walk with me. Come walk with me through my hood. Come on and take a walk with me. Where redemption ain't all good. Take my hand, take my hand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand.
Lachey, baby. My game tight, coaching it, sexy fly, owning it, hips and thighs, owning it. It's too bad your girl ain't no man. I'm saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger. My first feeds, my people eat, heels on fleek when you hit the streets. Respect on my name when you check for me. It's too bad your girl ain't no man. I'm saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger. They love to underestimate the cute face, they should know. I'm mama not too reincarnated, check my soul. I'm known for slaying situations all up on my toes. And girl is cold. I don't rock with the likes of carbon copy cutouts. Ain't no builder, bitch, here ain't no room for the routes. And watch the gas you spit out, rock with my flame in your mouth. From the tip of my Smith & Wesson Carolina. You can't confuse your girl with no one else, babe. I never lose, that's why they all up on me. So check the dude, if you ain't glowing up, babe. It's hitters all on my team, the queen still holds power, baby. Coaching it, sex fly, owning it, hips and thighs, owning it. It's too bad your girl ain't no man. Saucing with swagger. My first feeds, my people eat, heels on fleek when you hit the streets. Respect on my name when you check for me. It's too bad your girl ain't no man. Saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger. Oh, it's all about the back, so don't you get it confused. Step to me with fuckery, baby, you lose. I'm not the type of chick you can step all on her shoes. I will come for you, rolling up like the fog in the night. I'm a silent type of killer, take your soul with a smile. Hey, take home your Amazon, a queen of Monet Ramos. Step up your queendom, baby, watch just how I run this. I am nothing to play with, baby, baby. You want to rumble, get that and shut the so baby, baby. I'll be leaving, I'm nothing left to say. I do it big by carving my own lane. You wanna know the secret to the game? Baby, do you and watch how they behave. My game tight, coaching it, sex fly, owning it, hips and thighs. It's too bad your girl ain't no man. I'm saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger. My first beats, my people eat, heels on fleek when you hit the streets. Respect on my name when you check me. It's too bad your girl ain't no man. I'm saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger, saucing with swagger. One time now. Alright. Boss it.
It's Lil Rapper Dude, I'm coming in hard. Big safe done, straight out high school. Follow me on SoundCloud, Lil Rapper Dude, let's get it. Yeah. Now who on me? It's Lil Rapper Dude, yeah, I'll rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a second too. In that at the pool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, and swag it out and bring it back. It's Lil Rapper Dude, yeah, I'll rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a second too. In that at the pool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. Get your grind up, yeah, I made my mind up. About to be a star, but first I need a lineup. Putting the aim is get hip hop a lineup. Oh yeah, hip hop rappers, I think that time's up. Y'all not hip flop, flip flop, y'all some music pops. Not interesting, oh come arresting. Somebody say Lil Rapper do a blessing, or what a blessing. I'm never stressing, got a grin and a bit in my shoebox. And my all white gorgeous, you know the ones on my girl. But I got the game from my mama, and the sweat from my kinfolk. My granny said, make the money just like a limo. I'ma kill every beat, destroy every tempo. Straight out of high school, and it's only my demo. It's an ill test and make it pop like a pimple. Lil Rapper Dude, yeah, I'll rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a second too. In that at the pool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. It's Lil Rapper Dude, yeah, I'll rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a second too. In that at the pool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. My rich a note, shorty, sorry, but no, shorty. I'm better off getting money, but no, shorty. Working on my shows and I'm killing the crowd. In the studio, they loving my sound. Always send me with wows. Home runs, no foul. Yeah, it's technical. Sitting out the line, it's a free throw. Yeah, I'm lethal. Danny reppin' glove, but I don't cover. She just know I go harder than the others. I'm a rapper to these suckers. Got that busy berry steak, no smother. I'm all butter. Baby boy butter. Baby boy bread cutter. Call me spit, I'm getting better. Beat the beat down. Beat the beat down. Beat the beat down. Beat the beat down. It's the middle. Damn.
Hey, okay. Now who on me is?
This little rapper dude, yeah, I rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a stack of food. Ain't that active fool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. This little rapper dude, yeah, I rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a stack of food. Ain't that active fool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. Shit there, shit everywhere. They all stare, cause I'm all fair. Fire fireworks, don't you dare touch it. I'm the hottest. Soon I have to calculate the budget. I'm a scientist, I did the math. This is history. Salute me, ROTC. Better have your shoes signed, saying your formation line. Left, right, face. Got to stay fresh with a pretty face. They say in my face, I'm like, give me space. When I won't get a rap, they like, give me taste. This little rapper dude, yeah, I rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a stack of food. Ain't that active fool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. This little rapper dude, yeah, I rapper dude. I'm in high school, but I keep a stack of food. Ain't that active fool, on the stage with an attitude. You catch my swag, get your swag, swag it out and bring it back. Yeah.
One day I woke up, I ain't had no pocket change. I took my game up, then all of my pockets changed in the midst of the night. Well, in the blink of an eye, my man Central switched over like a sketch Gemini. There's only one rule, gotta get it how you get it, man. I work the boulevards like yayo, pulling char day, bro. Sitting in a big body counting live stacks, living for the moment, working the buildings that me and back. My money keep stacking up, I'ma keep on adding it up until every day, man, faces tasting the rubber band. I got bags to fill up, homie, bag up. Before you fall back and get me by the free charge. I can't stay at 100, so rollers look right past. If they stop and chop the block, I can just ride past. Motivated for more paper, let me show out on you haters. This matter down the mother, cause I hustle harder than made it.
I can hear the streets calling for me every night to hustle long.
And I feel like,
and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. I hustle hard.
I go hard for what I know. The streets, they already know. The finest VIP spots, the finest. I'm hum to an ice jack, attract mad, I feel ya. I don't pop pills, just bottles and college with skills. Can't quit my day job next time I pull my exempts. I can't quit my day gig cause I ain't touching me yet. I rise hours before the sun with my head in the sky still, praying for bigger days, hustling better ways. I get swallowed by city lights, empty my shit, get right, and with that alone, I can't tell my days from my nights. I keep my eyes on the prize and I keep my head in the cloud, 1 foot stuck in the gutter and I'm trying to get out. I found out no matter who you is or what it's about, you hustle stacks and flip back until they turn your lights out like.
I can hear the streets calling for me every night to hustle long.
And I feel like,
and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. I hustle hard. I get my hustle
so hard and wood, no good, so good. I can say it feels so good at this point to be no good. All I ever wanted in my life was respect and the money. Now that I got it, I'm tired of running and ducking. You feel me, cousin? Flipping it like the flipper in charge, just like the skipper, like T-Pain. I'm sprung to these streets. Mine is the stripper, no punch lines or gimmicks. Embrace the game like an infant, make the streets and the industry. Feel me? It must be the spirit of every rapper that be in me. My caliber is full, so I just bust until I'm empty. And it's a rude awakening for the ones that's mistaken me for that one, and they never gon' get it. Cause Nightmares come daily, my hustle and keep them faded. I'm smooth, operating like I did be swinging. The matter of fact, I'ma go ahead and leave and let my brother sing it like Phil Collins sang.
I can hear the streets calling for me every night to hustle on.
And I feel like
that I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. I hustle hard, I get my hustle on.
yeah, I want it all. Yeah, I want it all. Everything. Yeah, yeah, I want it all. That mean everything. The house, the fortune, and fame, I want it all. A life full of hope from the lines that I wrote. You know the pursuit of happiness, man. I want it all. A sense to belong, a crown and the throne. The king going dumb, just try to put the kingdom on. There's only one thing that I know. There they go. I want it all. This pretty game and they might go. Game and I might blow. Residual dinero, I might get a little more. Or I can run with the Taliban, just like the Menace clan. Ramshackle through my way to get more. And I was thinking recognition instead of going on missions and ripping the frame out of everything I know existed. I ain't the only one deserving to get his ass kissed. When I live with individuals who dog just to take care of their children who said they go try good spot for a living, wishing they could give them all the rich and famous where Robert Leach is, but I ain't tripping, cause it's gonna happen, cause I just spoke it into existence and you the witness, listen, now who laughing, I want it all, and me, and cars, the hottest bars, the fortune and fame, I want it all. From the lines that I wrote, you know the pursuit of happiness, man. I want it all. A sense to belong, a crown and the throne. The king going dumb, just try to put the kingdom on. No, well, it's a 25 game and I'm ready to go. Weights is critical. Step on the gas, watch how fast life come at you full blown. On my honor, the drama, so intense you feel it though. And I heard it's my turn to feed the world with memento. Had an storm by any form. I decided to come back and just hit them like an. The week that burned them like 10-4. In any form, I decided to just roll with the spiritual. We got the monopoly, we don't pass go. I know youngsters who pop and go with 44. Reach 14 years old, no for life is rolling around on racket strolling. Part of the game, the book don't teach us though. But they said we could be taught though. But if I remember correctly, the oldest anatomy of humanity scholars we found was Hebrew and minus. That mean everything, the houses and cars, the hottest bars. I want it all, a life full of hope from the lines that I wrote. You know the pursuit of happiness, man. I want it all, a sense to belong, a crown and the throne. The king going dumb, just try to put the kingdom on. There's only one thing that I know. Well, it's a 25 game, now I'm ready to go. I want it all, that mean everything. The houses and cars, the hot bars, the fortune and fame. I want it all, a life full of hope from the lines that I wrote. You know the pursuit of happiness, man. I want it all, a sense to belong, a crown and the throne. The king put the kingdom on. There's only one thing that I know. Well, it's a 25 game and I'm ready to go. I want it all.
All right, Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs. Welcome to the Boss Morning Show. I'll just let y'all jam this morning. You know, I'm multitasking this morning. Multitasking. But today is Tell the Truth Tuesday. And of course, you know, we practice telling the truth, but also receiving the truth because there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. That's the criticism that actually is love to make you better. And we're not talking about the criticism that put you down. We're talking about the criticism that improve you. So we got to listen, but also we got to speak it. We got to put it in practice. So that's how we become better people, better family members, and better citizens. And as you see, the world is going crazy, man. The world's going crazy. I mean, it's going crazy. So we have to, pay attention, slow down. I think this young lady, she sent me a passage, I think it's from Psalms. It says, go to a quiet place and sit down and be quiet. It comes from the King William version, but, I had to modify it. But that's basically what it said. God said, go out somewhere and just be quiet. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recommend you do the same thing. To get away from the noise for a little bit. Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs. We have a gentleman in the house. He's actually running to be our next sheriff. Well, he's already sheriff. But he want to be the top sheriff, the one that's running the whole state. And he's been a sheriff for over 20 some years. He's from this community. I think he graduated from Northwest.
That's right, Huskies.
And so he wants to continue to lead. And so we want to make sure that you know about his campaign because it's important that we have diversity in leadership. The best team is a diverse team. Statistically, the best team is a diverse team. It'll be an all-white team, all black team, all Mexican team, all Chinese team. An example is the Olympics. Every country comes with basically their ethnic country besides United States and mostly maybe Britain. But even Jamaica is all black. But America, you got Chinese, you got black, you got Native American, you got white, you got Mexican, you got a collective of a team that's of all nations, but all Americans. And we always beat the Chinese, even though they got few billion people. We always beat them because we got a diverse team. So diversity is significant for us to have respect for everyone's mindset, experience, culture. Here in Nebraska, you know, um, um, we're a minority here, but yet we have accomplished greatness. And so we want to continue to do that. And so the way to do that is to help those that have the same philosophy, the same agenda that we have. Right now, we're putting people in government, white, black, male, female, and they finna go after your bank account at $600. Yes, you're a representative. They finna vote, and they could be every time you receive $600 or send $600, the feds is going to look at your bank accounts. So we really got to look at who we send in leadership and if they are in our interests. Just because they white, that don't mean you should vote for them. If I don't think that's in your interest. I don't think you want somebody to come into your bank account. So we got to get over this ethnicity thing, and we got to look at really the character of people. That's what my cousins say. Martin Luther King, I'm William King, judged man by the content of his character. I don't know, y'all ain't learned that yet. You've been teaching that since the 60s. Come on, y'all. So we got a guest in the house. You know how these guests are. They got their own nouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates to introduce himself. I'm going to let him introduce himself because, again, he needs your vote. He is a candidate for Douglas County Sheriff. How you doing, bro?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing well. Wayne Hudson, Chief Deputy Sheriff, Douglas County Sheriff's Office.
So you're Chief Deputy. I think I just put Deputy Sheriff. So I need to put a chief in front of there.
It's okay.
I'm going to put a chief in front of there. So now you've been with the Sheriff Office how long now?
26 years. I actually started off in 1994 as a volunteer. I got paid $1 a year to do this job.
$1 a year. So, I mean, what a story. You come in as a volunteer, $1 a year. Now you're Chief Deputy Sheriff.
Correct.
Currently, you're running for what?
Douglas County Sheriff. So right now I'm second in command, which is an appointed position. When Sheriff Dunning retired last year, he asked that the county board appoint Tom Wheeler, the current sheriff, to be the sheriff, which they did. He turned around and appointed me as the number 2 person in the department. So I'm running to be the Douglas County Sheriff. All right.
So now 26 years experience, you're from this community. Now the sheriff office control the whole state?
No, the sheriff office controls, technically our jurisdiction is Douglas County, entire Douglas County. So we have, you take our department and say we have about 60% of our department service inside the city limits. The other 40% is outside the city limits, unincorporated areas. We have about 84,000 population outside the city limits.
Okay. 84,000. What about within the city limits? Well, what's the population, especially after the census? Has Omaha grown?
It has. It's right about 500,000 right now. So the old city of Omaha proper. But yeah, so we have, like I said, 60% of our department service inside the city limits. People think the sheriff department is just on the outskirts of Douglas County, but it's not. We have civil process servers, narcotics, warrants. We have all different professional services inside the city limits of Omaha.
So just like the Omaha police?
Correct.
Okay. Now, what is your main function as a sheriff? Because, everybody watched the Western days. There wasn't no police around. It was the sheriff.
Correct. Well, we have everything, all professional law enforcement service, from patrol to narcotics to fugitive warrants. So anything you see the regular police department has, we have, except for like Omaha Police Department has helicopters. We don't have helicopters, but we do have boats. So all the professional law enforcement services of any law enforcement agency, we have in our the sheriff department. Now, the additional duty that we have is we are in charge of court security. That's by state statute.
Okay. How long have you guys been in charge of court security? Because when I was a probation officer, it was sheriff.
Right. It's probably since Douglas County Court was formed.
Since the beginning.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Now, why are you running for sheriff of Douglas County?
And that's a very good question. When I decided to run, I had somebody ask me that same question, so I had to go back and kind of reflect on exactly why I want to run.
Mhm.
And what it boils down to me is this: I want to run because I care deeply about this community, born, raised, and educated in this community. Okay, but I also care about the profession of law enforcement. So what I've been trying to do for the last 20 something years is bridge that gap between law enforcement and the community. Well, you've seen here recently with all the protests and the riots that we've had that we have some work to do. So I want to continue that work as your next Douglas County Sheriff.
What would be the difference between yourself and someone else in regards to um, proactive initiatives to decrease crime? Because I think it's a total partnership. Being a former probation officer, we had a significant role in not only monitoring those that are on probation, but also modeling what the court expected from us.
Mhm.
But at the same time, be that example of leadership outside our so-called 9 to 5. So
Correct.
because it's basically a 24-hour job.
It is. It is. And what I try to do is model my life after what I want others to do. And that is, I provide a lot of community service, community engagement, because I think that's what's really critical, especially when we're dealing with our young people. So I spend a lot of time in schools, on basketball courts, anywhere I can find young kids and talk to them. Because if we're going to turn the tide of the criminal behavior, we got to start younger. Today, I'm actually going to be speaking at a school. I speak once a month at 2 different schools. And to me, that's key, is getting to let our young kids know who we are and what we do as a law enforcement officer. When you and I grew up, we had the utmost respect for law enforcement. Well, throughout the years here, that respect has eroded away. So what I try to do is get out and about in the community, show them I'm human just like them. I come from the same neighborhoods as them. I caught a few breaks, and that's where I can stand where I am now as second in command of my agency.
Now, it's important because the messaging that we hear in the community is basically we're telling our children, our boys, not to protect us. Because one of the things I hear the community, don't go to the military. That's how we got off the plantation. My dad went to the military. Met my mom. That's how we got. My mom got off actually the plantation for real. We tell our children, our boys, and our girls also not to believe police officers. So indirectly, we're training our children, especially our boys, not to protect us when it's ordained by God that the man is supposed to protect the women and the children. And so, what would you do in regards to recruiting to because we got a lot of new immigrants from the Black diaspora, from Senegal to South Sudan to Togo, to Western Asian, the Korean population. So we got a very diverse population. What would you do differently in regards to changing the look of the sheriff department, where we can add more diversity? Because everyone knows that we have almost 99 different languages in this community, because OPS deals with it every day.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna go back to something you said here as far as military. I'm 100% with you. Had it not been for the United States Air Force, I don't know where I would be at right now. After high school, I had no direction in my life, so I did go into the United States Air Force. That is where I turned myself around, and I think that is key as to why I'm sitting where I am today. As far as diversity on the sheriff department, you are absolutely correct. Our department should reflect the community. With the latest census, and I'm just going to use African American, 11.4% African American in Douglas County. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. Now, what needs to happen is there needs to be a tweak in the law. And what I mean by that is this: Nebraska law says that for every one position on the sheriff department, we could only consider the top 3 candidates, only the top 3. What I would like to see is something that will give us a little bit more flexibility when it comes to that. For example, what the police department has when it comes to their promotions is it's times how many positions they have open. So for me, if I have 5 positions open, then I can look at the top 15. The problem we have right now is we don't have a lot of minorities going into law enforcement. And I think that goes back to what you said earlier, where we're telling our kids, don't talk to that person, or, be good or I'm going to call law enforcement. When I first came on in this department, I test against 600 something different people. We're lucky now to get 100 people take the test. We just don't have people going into law enforcement. Now, when it comes to that's even tougher. So when you're looking at a system where we have right now our rule of three, which they call it, and then you only have a handful of minorities putting in for the test, the probability of them getting high enough on a test is slim.
Right.
So that tweaking the law is what I would like to see. The other thing I would like to see is Nebraska be a little bit more open to allowing individuals to apply. You have to be a U.S. citizen to be a certified law enforcement officer.
Mhm.
Have to be a U.S. citizen. But as you know, you don't have to be a U.S. citizen to join the United States military.
Interesting. Really?
Correct.
So what, you got to have a green card or what? I mean,
That's all you need, and you can join the military.
interesting. Interesting. I never. So there needs to be some flexibility.
Right.
If the feds are doing it, they need to do
Right.
it on the state level. Then.
If you can serve our country, you can fight for our country. But if you get out the military and you're still not a U.S. citizen, you cannot become a law enforcement officer in state of Nebraska. Now, other states you can do it, but this state you cannot.
So it's important that we communicate with our state senators, to look at some of those changes. Everything is ran by politicians. Now, and that's interesting. So that's going to be a process when you're talking about legislation and getting all the other senators to vote for that. When Nebraska, almost 300,000 people voted that, that slavery stay stay on the Constitution. So, and then this just reality of it. Now, how can people get involved with your campaign? How can people help you?
The best way is go to my website, Hudson4DCSheriff.com, Hudson Ford, FOR, DCSheriff.com, and volunteer. There's a volunteer button there, volunteer there.
Okay.
That's the best way. Right now, my campaign is grassroots. I don't have big unions or corporations writing me, big checks. I'm doing it the Obama way, $25 at a time, or whatever people in the community can give. That's fine.
Right.
My reputation in the community and throughout Douglas County is good. I'm solid. People know my work history. They know what I do. And I think a lot of people appreciate that I didn't start doing this community service when I decided I'm going to run for sheriff. Been doing it for years.
Right.
And regardless of what happens with this election, I'm going to continue to do it.
Right.
Again, I care about this community. I care about this profession. And I would like to continue to build that bridge between the two.
Now, hypothetically, looking into the future, we'll give both scenarios. You come up short. You still keep your position? Do you? You don't.
I do not. The new sheriff can come in, and the new sheriff will select their own chief deputy. So I will go back down to my previous rank, which is captain.
Okay. Okay. So you won't lose your job.
No.
Okay. So I'll just make sure that. All right.
Nope.
All right. So a captain is right below chief deputy.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But we're not putting that out in the atmosphere.
No,
the atmosphere is going to be,
we're
going to win this thing. We're going to make history.
Yeah, without doubt. I just want to make sure that you don't lose your job.
No.
Okay. All right. Now, when you win,
correct.
What's your philosophy? What's going to be your methodology?
Two things I want to concentrate on is professional service and community engagement. And what I mean by professional service is that there's subcategories of that. Making sure that my law enforcement officers have the tools that they need to do an effective job. But also what I want to make sure is that they have the salary that they need. Right now, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, we're the largest sheriff's office in the state, but we are the lowest paid.
Why is that?
We have other agencies that are really aggressive when it comes to their contracts, so they're able to get higher pay. And the other thing that kind of hurts us is we have what's called comparable agencies. The county want to compare us to are similar size
Right.
with our similar service. The problem with that is we are not competing against those comparable agencies. We're
Right.
competing against those agencies in metropolitan area. So what I'm asking the county board to do is don't hold us to the comparables, hold us to the competing agencies because
Yeah, it makes sense.
but we're
Yeah.
losing deputies every year to Omaha Police, Bellevue, La Vista.
I mean, why would you base it off some other environment? Environment that you're in, the proximity that you're in. Let's see that's what we're talking about leadership, y'all. We're talking about leadership and get things done efficiently and where it's more cost effective on taxpayers. Without a doubt, why won't we hire people and benefit and reinforce and pay the people on a local level? I remember the last time we talked to you, you had mentioned that we wanted to do something when either you guys, confiscate big money or
Right.
drugs, and
Right.
instead of giving it to the police office, you wanted to give it to nonprofits so they can be proactive in their initiative to
Correct.
to curb drugs, violence, et cetera, et cetera. To enlighten us on that.
Well, it's called forfeiture funds. So, in a nutshell, if we confiscate or seize money that it has some type of drug nexus, okay, we turn that money over to the federal government. Once that case is all done, person convicted or whatever happens there, um, if the seizure goes through the system, then let's say it's $100,000, we will get 80% of that back, and then the federal government will keep 20%. So what we do is we use that money for more drug enforcement to help get more of these dangerous drugs off the street. But there is a provision in there that says that if it's an organization is a 501c3 or 501c4, then we can donate so much funds to that organization if they have some type of crime prevention, intervention, education. So what I would like to do is take a portion of that money, and there's enough to go around, a portion of that money and give it to those organizations in the community that are fighting this drug epidemic, that is fighting this crime epidemic.
Hmm. I think that's a proactive move because law enforcement also have to participate in making their own job safer.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Everyone has to participate in those duties.
Correct.
Again, when's the election? May?
It'll be May. May will be, and then the general election will be in November. So I'm going to work for every vote. I'm going to be out and about. Like I said, I know there's individuals out there right now that are canvassing the area. Some are, I think, are kind of misleading the public some.
Mm-hmm.
But my reputation stands for itself.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone has any questions or anything for me, go to my website, Hudson4DCSheriff.com. Contact me there, and I'll contact.
And being a former probation officer, I used to read a lot of police reports. One thing that I didn't do in regards to defendants, I never read the police report. And you know why? Because I never met the defendant.
Mm-hmm.
And if I read the police report first, I would have a bias before I met that defendant. And so I wanted to make sure that everyone's on an equal level when they come in my office, because I grew up in Hilltop Projects. I grew up as a black man. And so I don't want the same thing perpetuated on me. I don't want the same ills perpetuated. I don't want to take on those same traits that were perpetuated on me and use those on someone else. And so if we have law enforcement is a job of integrity. And so it's important that that you look at people campaign, and if they are misleading in a campaign, then that might be a character that might. Well, it is a character. A character. My degree is in behavioral science. I'm gonna give it to you like it is. A person, if they show that they a liar, a manipulator, then that's what they are. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And if they are putting out misinformation, then they're going to continue to do it. So let's be realists out here. I'm probably Today is Tell the Truth Tuesday, so today it's I kind of spank people these days. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting older now, and and we really need to start showing to thy neighbor for sure. And we need not to put out false information so you can so-called win. And so I can call it out. Everybody else could be politically correct, but I'm gonna call it out like it is.
And I'm gonna add something to it, and I agree 100%. Since it's Tell a True Tuesday, I tell people all the time, run on your own record. Okay, if you have to try to tear someone down, then that's a character flaw in you.
Mhm.
Maybe you haven't done what you needed to do to put yourself in a position to be respected. Don't try to take someone else's blessing. What God has for them is for them. What He has for you, yours will come one day, as long as you're doing the right thing. But don't try to tear someone else down.
Without a doubt. And that's what we talked about, telling the truth and receiving the truth, because there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, because constructive criticism is the truth. I'm not talking about the criticism to put you down. That kind is because they're down, and it's usually false. And so, man, uh, we just can't have that. We got to put people in office that have the same ethics, the same belief system as we do. And if they show character traits that they're misleading, they're going to be misleading later. Period. Um, Chief Deputy Wayne Hudson. So you've been around 26 years.
26 years.
So when's going to be your 27th?
27 will be June 19th of next year.
Okay.
27 years. And I've enjoyed it. My time on the sheriff department is, I can remember the first days going to the academy.
Mhm.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the different things I can do on the department. We are a professional department. We're trying to be more inclusive.
Mhm.
We have right now, I'm going through the process. It's sad to say, but I'm happy to say
Mhm.
that we're in a process right now of hiring our second African-American female that will be on at the same time. It's been over, that I can think of, maybe 50, 60 years that
Man.
we've had two African-American females on at the same time.
Great. We'll have to bring them in here.
Oh, yeah.
And we can brag off on them, without a doubt. And then hopefully that'll reinforce the other young ladies to go that track.
And I agree. That's kind of like the 100 Black Men motto. What they'll see is what they'll be.
Yeah.
Okay. If they see us out there in the community, they see us out there being active, then they may want to be us. If they don't see us, people like me, you, and other upstanding men and women of this community, if they don't see us out there working with them, who are they seeing, and what will they be?
Without a doubt. They're seeing other people, and when they see other people, they cannot envision themselves achieving those same abilities. And so it's important, like I said, whatever you see, you shall be. That's why I got into communication. I had an opportunity to go on my first TV set, and I still visualize it now. And that's the reason why I took the communication track.
Mhm.
And so it's important. It's important that we stay engaged. Sheriff, is there anything that we didn't discuss? We want to make sure that we get across. You talked about being proactive in
Mhm.
regards to seizures, and how
Mhm.
would you use that funds to give to nonprofits, which is a proactive move, which is an inclusive move to work with the community to decrease crime. Any other initiative, any other ideas that you will implement?
The other one I would like to see is, it's called recruiting, growing our own. I would like to build a relationship with Northwest High School, our old alma, because they have a law enforcement academy.
Okay.
Okay. So I like to build an initiative with Northwest High School and Metropolitan Community College, or MCC, that to be called now, where in a junior year of high school, the sheriff department, we make contact with some of those students at the high school, and we show up to the school, we show up to the academy, and we're a presence there. Then from there, when they graduate from high school, they get a scholarship from MCC, and at the same time work at my office 1 day or 2 day a week.
Okay.
When they graduate from MCC, if they're 21, then they get points towards testing to my agency.
Okay.
That way, this whole thing of school, the pipeline,
Mhm.
I want a school to prison pipeline. I want to do a school to employment pipeline.
Without a doubt.
And that's how we would grow our own. And that's way that we will get individuals from the community joining our agency. I think that's another way that we can diversify the sheriff's office.
Yeah, without a doubt. Similar to what the ROTC does
Correct.
in regards to the
Military.
military. I think that's a great idea. We have resource officers in the school already, and we might as well transition those young people to that track. Since we're becoming a magnet school, basically a tech format, then we need to, like I said, it needs to be a path to them actually working in a career.
Correct.
So they're getting that apprenticeship, they're getting that experience that's going to go on their resume. And so it's going to help them when they go to college, when they looking for jobs, they'll be more employable.
Yeah, right. The other thing that I want to bring up, it hasn't been brought up today, but it's been brought up in the past, this notion of defunding law enforcement. Somebody asked me the other day, where I'm at on defunding law enforcement. I think that's an absolutely ridiculous term.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Personally, okay? Knowing that 96% of my budget is personnel, if you were to defund law enforcement, the only thing you're doing is pulling law enforcement officers off the street. What I am for is fully funding communities, fully funding mental health programs, reentry programs, crime prevention programs, funding some of these neighborhood associations that are doing good work in the community, because all those have an effect on criminality, not just law enforcement. So let's invest in our community and we can take care of this criminal justice issue.
Without a doubt. I mean, there's always going to be some percentage of crime because most of it is domestic, and a lot of domestic is spontaneous.
Correct.
And you really can't stop that when it's domestic. But on the other sense, if more people have a job and more economics, there'll be less property crimes.
Correct.
Less robberies and assaults because people have resources. Then we can focus on those that have more chemical dependency problems, which is important.
You're absolutely. And if they had good jobs with health insurance, then you can see people getting mental health care that they need.
Right.
So that's a big factor right now, with Douglas County Department of Corrections being the largest mental institution in the state of Nebraska.
And that's why
it's a correctional center.
Well, my back, I used to work for Richard Young. They used to have a lot of mental health hospitals and facilities around here, and they took money away from mental health, and then now you see the effects of it. Again, politicians who we send into office affects, how our community grows or don't grow.
Correct.
Again, how can people get involved with your campaign? Where do they need to go?
Go to my website, Hudson4DCSheriff.com. Hudson, FORDCSheriff.com. There is a button on there where you can volunteer, which, again, I'm going to be needing volunteers to help get out the message in all parts of this community, not just North Omaha, not just South Omaha, Midtown, Western Douglas County, because I'm going to be the Douglas County Sheriff of the entire community, all of Douglas County. To me, and I'll say this, it's not a Republican, a Democratic, or independent thing, okay? There's no way of being a Democratic, Republican, or independent sheriff. You listen to the people, the will of the people, and you enforce the laws that's on the books. If there's laws that need to be changed, then you go to the legislature and advocate for those changes.
Yeah. When politics, that's why they separate church and state. Law enforcement that's why we have three branches of government, because law enforcement is separate from the judicial, from the executive and the legislative. The judicial controls the law enforcement of the country, and it's always separate. Because you got to watch those legislators.
But I do want to say this, though. We have a really good community. We do. I've been out throughout our community. When I say our community, all of Douglas County.
Right.
In my uniform. Some people, after the riots, were hesitant. Law enforcement were hesitant to wear their uniforms. I told my people, no, put your uniform on. Be proud to wear that uniform. And there hasn't been a day that I haven't worn my uniform that someone says, we appreciate what you do. So be proud to be a law enforcement officer.
Without doubt. And we can't blame police for everything. It's always a small percentage of people that are mischievous in every in insurance company. People get fired there every day. We just got tragedy in was that southern Nebraska, the gentleman
Yes.
that just shot. I
Mhm.
mean, it happens rural,
It happens
urban,
everywhere.
white, black. I mean, so we got to really start looking at if that person has the capacity to do it, we also have the same capacity to do something that's horrendous. And so we got to really start looking at people and start healing people again. But it starts with diversity, y'all. We just can't have all white leadership. We can't continue just to have that because, again, we have high rates of blacks are being pulled over here in Douglas County. I know we can drive. My sister taught me how to be a defensive driver, and so those statistics are statistics that we also have to look at, and they're measurements from and data from the police department themselves. And so we appreciate their honesty, but we also got to be, how can we plan to reduce those contacts with law enforcement? Do we need more education on the front end, more proactive on the front end, like brother Bell and yourself go out and be proactive in the community, teaching young people, as well as grown people, how to behave
during a traffic stop.
during a traffic stop.
It's amazing to see how many people really don't know what to do during a traffic stop. So we're still doing these community conversations. Myself, Keith Bell, Captain Shree Thomas, Sergeant Anton Finch. We're out and about. We're doing it at hair salons, barber shops, anywhere that they will allow us in. And it's amazing to see people. I didn't know I shouldn't reach for my glove box, look for my registration when you pull up, or I didn't know you want me to turn my light on inside the car if it's nighttime, or keep my hands where you can see them. But all those things will keep you safe. But and I would agree, the numbers are what they are. Okay, they are the fact that the African Americans are pulled over at a higher rate, and that's been reported. So what we're doing on the sheriff department is we're drilling down further into those numbers and finding out, why is that? Why are they stopped, searched, and arrested?
Right.
So we're still doing that.
Right. So ism still is still around. I can be candid. 300,000 people voted that slavery stay on the Nebraska Constitution, and so we still got a ways to work on relations.
Correct.
Just continue to build relations, and we got to go by the data. The data is the truth, and once you find the truth, then you can work on solutions. And so one of the ways to work on solutions is make sure that we have a diverse leadership on all categories of leadership. So far as criminal justice, even our corrections, judicial, and even the legislative, we need way more diversity. So, which is important.
It is. We have to have a seat at the table. And I tell people all the time, it's not enough just to have a seat at the table when the decision is made, but we need a seat at the table when the discussion is being having, because by the time you get to the table, sometimes the decision is already made. So we have to be in the room, and we're not in the room as often as we should be because we don't have those positions to be in the room. Right now, I'm in the room.
Right now. And so when you have the opportunity to be in a room, you actually have to be ethical, because everybody's looking at you in the room, without a doubt. Sheriff, is there anything else that we didn't discuss this morning that you want to make sure you get across?
Well, again, I'm from the community, born and raised here, born, raised, and educated, as I like to say. Military vet, 26 years on. I have all the qualifications that an individual need to be a police chief or a sheriff.
Right.
Now, the basic qualifications for sheriff is technically all you need is a high school degree. All you need to be is a resident of Douglas County at the time of the election and have no felonies and no serious misdemeanors. That's the minimum qualifications.
Okay.
Of course, I have that and more. As you know, probably told your kids growing up, if you're going to compete, you must be better than. If it asks for a bachelor's, you must have a master's. Well, that's what I did with my career.
Right.
Everything that's required of me to be a sheriff, I got one additional. I got a master's degree. I have the FBI National Academy as far as formal education. So I've done my community engagement and will continue to do it. So I've done everything society has asked of me. Now it's time for us to make history.
Without doubt. Now, some of your opponents, they haven't been sheriffs.
No.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, so why they run it? They've never been a sheriff.
Well, I don't know their motives of running, why they want to do it. Some it may be for a financial thing, some it may be for status. But I know why I'm running, which is to, again, bridge that gap between law enforcement and community. I know we have a really good department, and I know we can have a really great department. So, I mean, it's their motives of running is unknown.
All right. I'd rather go with someone that's actually been doing a job and not coming in fresh because it's a learning curve. But make sure you guys get in contact with Chief Deputy Wayne Hudson. He's running to be our next sheriff. The election is May. Of course, he will be out in the community. I encourage you to introduce yourself and meet him personally. That's one thing that we need to do with politicians. We actually need to meet them and talk to them before we vote for them. When you actually meet a person, God give us abilities to determine if they have character or not. Bring your baby around them or dog. If the baby start crying, if dog start barking, you know what I mean? So bring the indicators around, bring the measurers, a dog or even bring a cat, whatever. But no, dog or a baby. If the dog or a baby don't like them, nah, you gotta keep on moving. But no, it's important that you meet the candidates that you're gonna vote for. You can't continue to listen to sound bites on radio or TV or social media. I encourage you to come out and meet the candidates. Go to Chief Deputy Sheriff Wayne Hudson website. What's that website again?
It's Hudson4DCSheriff.com. Hudson4DCSheriff.com. And I'm gonna piggyback what you just said there. You're absolutely right. Hold those elected officials accountable for their actions and inactions in any race. Ask those individuals that are running that you're talking to, provide me a resume on exactly what you've done.
Right.
Then look over the resume. Ask them the hard questions. What have you done to improve this community? What have you done in the field of law enforcement? What is the highest rank you have held? What is the highest position you've held? Ask them those questions. And see what those answers are.
Well, everybody be copycatting. Days tell the truth Tuesday. My homeboy always say that it's a sign of flattery. It's a sign, but no, they be copycatting to me. They be copycatting. Honestly, y'all, we really gotta vet those that want to lead us. And if they don't have that experience, and we have someone that have that experience, that have been at the top of his class, have done one better than all requirements, have been a great leader in regards to supporting young people, in regards to being proactive and teach them how to behave during traffic stops. And I seen them meeting young people up at Benson Park fishing. When you do, it kind of reminded me of Tommy Warren when he was a police officer. He was at work at the boys club, and he had to do that, and he had all those kids coaching. I said, man, I don't want to hear y'all to say nothing.
No, that's from the heart. That's truly from the heart. That's not something he get paid to do.
Right.
No.
No.
Right.
So when I saw you that day, and we needed, I forgot what we needed.
Power.
Yeah, we need some power. and the guy said, well, somebody reserved it, and we got to wait till they get here. And then I see you walk up. I said, there go the power.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's a community thing.
It is.
It's a community thing. And then when I saw you, and those young boys, those young men came, and I said, well, y'all come up here for the ride? I said, no, we come to fish. I said, we come to fish. For real. At 8 o'clock, they was enthusiastic.
Oh, yeah.
And so I see you do the work beyond your 9 to 5. And similar to what Ben Gray used to deliver bread, to people on the streets. I mean, so I seen these you men work beyond your so-called 9 to 5. And those are the questions that we need to ask those that want to represent us. Are they doing the extra work? Are they doing the extra work? Are they supporting organizations in every community.
And how long they've been doing it.
Yeah.
Because you know how sometimes politicians, you don't see them in the Black Baptist church until it's election time.
Without doubt.
Then you see them.
Praise
you
the
know,
Lord.
you know, it's like
praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
Then when election's over, you don't see them in again.
Yeah, they don't be praising the Lord no more. And I give y'all statistics. I gave y'all statistics. Don't get mad at me. Check out Pew, P-E-W, report on who believe in God, on who actually believe in God. So I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Check out the report. So they be faking when they be coming in the pulpit. Preacher. No, I'll leave y'all alone. Make sure y'all go to Chief Deputy Wayne website. He's running for Dutchess County Sheriff. The election is going to be in May 2022. So you have some time to meet him. You have some time to meet him and vet him. Let's vet our leaders before we vote for them. Black, white, I don't care who they are.
Yes.
Let's vet them and see if they have ethics and see if they're telling the truth. If they ain't telling you the truth now, they ain't gonna tell you the truth later. Period, man. Come on. Let's quit stop lying to ourselves, my brothers and sisters. Because I've been on this journey. I need a break, Sharon. I think these Baltimore's have gotten to me today. I'll tell the truth. I was gonna testify today. So when you get off, I ain't gonna mess up your count. I'm gonna testify on the people. But no, we need to get out and vote. We gotta make sure that we have diversity, especially when it comes to law enforcement. And then also, my brothers and sisters, we need to change the narrative. We need to not allow our boys to be in gangs. There's military out here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No.
Either you're gonna go to military, or either you can go to a tech school, or either a trade school. There should not be no option.
No. Johnny Rogers right now has that scholarship out there right now at Metro Community College, where for the trade school, and I don't think he fills those scholarships every year. There's no way that those scholarships should go unfilled. Look it up. Look up Johnny Rogers scholarship, and young men, young women go into those trades. And I tell people all the time, if you don't know what you want to do with your life after high school, do like I did.
Right.
Go into the military for at least 4 years. If you enjoy it, stay longer.
Right.
If not, go ahead and get out. Okay, because you'll get benefits the rest of your life.
Well, I tell everybody, my mama couldn't read or write, but one thing she had like 2 insurance. She had TRICARE for the military, and then what's the Medicare? Well, she had a lot of care. She had a lot of care. So I mean, she had an ID. We go to the base, go to commissary,
right?
So through my dad, and so I'm telling you, the military. That's how we actually got off the plantation. My mama met my daddy. For real. These are just real stories. And so, but we're not telling our children to go to the military. We rather waste on the streets and can't find a job and get into some craziness, and now they're gone.
Right.
And so we gotta, and then we telling our young boys, don't be police officers. Indirectly, we're telling our young boys not to protect our women and children.
And our community.
In our community.
If we're not, I did a talk not too long ago of 83 kids. 40, I think, were African American, 43 were Hispanic. And I asked them, who here wants to go into law enforcement? 5 people raised their hands. 5 people. But like I told them, if you're not going into law enforcement, who do you think is going to be patrolling your communities? It's going to be individuals from Avoca, Iowa, or someplace. Some people are not from this community.
Right.
They're not going to know that kid messed up. You don't have to, take the individual to jail. Take him down to his mama house. She'll take care of him. That's what we had growing up.
Without doubt. But if you don't know the kids in the neighborhood, if you don't have no association, then there's not going to be that respect either way.
No.
So you brought a couple of initiatives with the drug money. Can you create like a PACE per se? Because I know that the police have their have their thing, but make it more. Because I think it needs to be more. It has to be more outreach. It has to be more outreach. Law enforcement has to participate in the process, so you can be safe.
Correct. Nope, you're absolutely right. I tell people all the time, law enforcement, we want a safer community because, for example, if we get into a tussle with someone, we want individuals that are around there to help us out, not pull out a cell phone and start recording it.
Right.
No, help us. A community that has a really good connection with law enforcement, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. What's on your mind, Martine?
Good morning. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing
Good
well.
morning, Omaha. I'm sliding in here. I've been busy. So, no, I've been listening to the conversation on the way down here. I'm also ex-military, so I get it.
There we go. Okay.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you for your dad's service, King. And it definitely paved the way for me to be successful in life and be responsible out here and give back to the community because and I started early. I started ninth grader in ROTC.
Oh,
so I had that background all through high school, that training, that structure that teens need.
Right.
Teens need structure. And that is one track that helped me. My dad is military. He retired military, Vietnam vet. So I've had that growing up, just that whole structure and just being responsible. It taught me leadership skills. Who would have known I would have been in a leadership role, later in my life. But because of that background, it all connected. And I always would suggest that our teens get into a program or a track or something where it hits on those areas: leadership, being responsible, giving back to the community. So we do need, we have a responsibility as community leaders to help our teens and put together programs like that to help them out because they don't know, they think they know what they want, but that's not always the case. And we always have teens that are wondering, even when they're in college, they don't know what they want to do. They're just taking classes all over the place. I was one of them. I changed my major several times because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I knew I was in the right place to figure it out.
You're in college.
That's right. Yes. So no, it all comes together. We just need to make sure that it's available to our teens out here. Even starting younger than that, we need to put together programs to help guide them.
And I applaud OPS for coming up with these academies. I spoke for it because some of our kids, you're right, they don't have direction. I go to the schools all the time, and I always ask the kids, what do you plan on being when you grow up? And what do you think our boys always typically say? Sports. And I tell them, knowing that 99.9% of individuals that go out for a professional sport don't make it, what is your backup plan? Then you get that blank look in their eye. It's like everybody can't be a Michael Jordan or, so have a backup plan.
That's right. We need to teach that. Have a plan B.
Out.
Especially if you get injured.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to happen. Like I'm doing injured right now.
Yeah, 56. you could get injured before you even get to that.
Correct.
That point where you're being scouted out. And then what are you going to do?
Exactly.
I was given statistics out of all of high school. Only 7% of all high school athletes get a college scholarship. Only 7% across the nation get college scholarship. Only 1% go to the pros. So why are we sending our children that direction when they got a 1% chance of making it versus being a doctor where they might have 83% chance or 56% chance, or being a dentist or 76% chance of being a police officer. So we really need to change our philosophy. LeBron is doing something by building a school, but maybe their messaging need to be more. I'm an athlete, but I want you guys to get an education. Kyrie Irving saying all of them do a lot of work that you don't see behind the camera. Even Stephen A, when he was beating them up because he had taken the vaccine, he gave him a clap in the hand because of all the work behind these things that he's doing for the community. Terrence Crawford is doing it right now at the height of his career. He's giving back right now.
That's good.
Which is necessary for our community to grow and for our young people to see come out great nephew boxer.
And that's the problem. We don't show them that there's other options besides sports. That's one of the biggest problems. They don't see anything else, so they don't know anything else. And even with the parents, they don't know anything else, so they don't know what to offer or expose their child to. and so I'm a big advocate for exposing our kids to different things, because if we don't see it, we don't know about it, we don't think we can achieve it either. Man, they would be floored if they knew all the options that's really out there available to them.
Nope, and I agree.
And they probably wouldn't choose sports.
No. And if you look at how many people get drafted in a year for the NFL draft, about now, look at all
50-some people,
maybe 50. Let's just say 50
maybe 100,
people.
maybe 100, maybe.
They
got 3 rounds.
Let's just say 100 people. Think of all the different colleges out there. All those individuals trying for maybe 100 positions.
Right.
And like you said, the odds are against you. So have a backup plan.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. I love sports, but I know I had to go to class. I had to go to class. I couldn't discipline my mama. And I knew I was good, but I wasn't good too. I wasn't part of that 1%. I was probably in that 5%, maybe that 10%, but I wasn't part of that 1%. And so once you be honest with self, then you have to get our education. We have to make sure our boys and girls are put in positions where they can have different options.
Right.
And like I said, we got to expose them to career exploration, which is crucial at 12, 13, 14. Because that's why I'm in this field now, because of career exploration through CETA. So it's important. Your philosophy to partner with Northwest, I think, is brilliant.
Thank you.
It's I think it's similar to what the ROTC does for the military. We need to develop that track for law enforcement.
Yep,
no ifs, ands, and buts.
Yep. Nope, I totally agree. We need that pipeline into law enforcement.
Yeah.
If it's not my agency, Omaha Police, Nebraska State Patrol, just getting them into the criminal justice field, probation, parole, corrections. It's a good job. I can tell you right now, during the pandemic and COVID, we didn't lay off one person, not one. So you're talking about steady employment, good benefits, government jobs. As you know, growing up, that is what we did as African Americans. We went to those government jobs, but for some reason, city jobs and county jobs, we're not pursuing them. Look at the Omaha Fire Department. How many African American females they got on there? 2 out of 500 firefighters.
Right. I went through the firefighter test and I passed everything, but I never got a call back. But I never pursued it because I said, this is hard.
Physical.
Yeah, taking that fire hose up the stairs.
You got to be in good shape to do that. And then you breathing all the smoke and stuff at the same time.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh man, the written test. I said that's all easy. I said, okay, I got this analytics. I went to Millen College. We the smartest around here. So, but when I did that physical test, I passed it. But I think I threw up afterwards.
Well, that's probably your first time doing. I mean, there's training and stuff behind that to get you ready.
Right.
So it's not like you just rolling out the house and getting into this whole training obstacle course.
I try to get in shape. I heard about it, but no, we wouldn't encourage. But it was fun. It's a fun experience. I'm glad I went through it. I'm glad I tried it. But I figured, no, this is not for me. But I went through all the tests and passed all the tests and said, nah, this is not for me.
But at least you were exposed to it.
That's it. Some of our kids, they're not exposed.
Right.
And how many of our young girls know even about or even think about being a female firefighter?
Right.
Who's ever brought that to their attention? Sometimes they might see it, but have they even had a conversation with someone in the field? Was there ever a visit to the school from a female firefighter, all dressed up and to talk about what she does?
Right.
Sometimes we need just conversation to spark their imagination, and get them to thinking or even engaging in a conversation. Because sometimes you got to pull it out of our kids. What do you really want to do? Because a lot of times they sit around and they don't talk much. They don't really think through that whole process of imagining themselves being in that position or holding that job. So sometimes we got to get them in the room and start talking to them.
Without doubt. Chief, how can we improve the community relations? I know community policing work.
Mhm.
I know during the Naval Omaha days, I'm gonna tell you how the police behave.
Okay.
The police were very flexible.
Mhm.
They were like water that day.
Mhm.
So they didn't enforce small things.
Mhm.
They got out of their cars. They were in jeeps,
Mhm.
doom buggies.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were giving young ladies rides on their
Mhm.
doom buggies to certain areas.
Mhm.
Community policing, to develop
Exactly.
a relationship. So, and I'm looking up here versus them being in cars and blowing horns and with lights, and it was a whole different atmosphere.
Right.
I think the police felt safe. They were smiling. They weren't as rigid. And you know how women are. Women and women are they actually do things. I need a ride here. I need. What do you? They instruct you, and then and officers follow directions, and they was happy. They had a smile on their face, so I could see the community relations. And they was talking to young kids. Because they was on doom buggies, and kids like doom buggies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. So
it's
they had things that were engaging. Why can't we do more proactive stuff in regards to the police office? I mean, I know you don't control the
Right.
police office, the Omaha Police, but I do want to commend the police officer during Naval Omaha days. They were, I heard stories that brothers, they was on the smoking herbs, and the police, pull up on it and said, well, those one of the herbs, and they kept it rolling because they were looking at for those that actually were causing trouble.
Right. Right. But they were more intentional on what they were doing at time instead of just doing that zero tolerance for enforcing
Yeah.
everything. And you're exactly right. How do we do it? We got to have more times where we sit across the table and have conversations. It's hard to dehumanize someone when you're across the table having a conversation. You get law enforcement officers out those cruisers, you get them on the street, and you get people to come up, talk to them. And for a law enforcement officer, it's easier just to have a bunch of stickers in your pockets because kids love the stickers. You give them a sticker, then you have that conversation with the kid, and then you start engaging the parent, guardian, or whoever that's there. It has to be more intentional. And that's what's going to take to break down those barriers, just having more of those communications. And I'm glad you saw what you saw because I think that was the purpose of it, to be more intentional. Don't concentrate on that small stuff. Don't concentrate on little small things because only thing that's going to do is aggravate people.
Right.
If it's a disturbance, something that's causing a serious nuisance to the public, then deal with it. If not, roll up, tell people to knock it off and keep going.
Yeah. And when they see open containers, they ask people, could you put that in a cup?
Be more discreet with that,
So they were very, it was, man, people expected a lot of trouble. And I expect a lot of people because I thought they were gonna put the Gestapo down, but then God made it rain on that first night. Because it was a tense. It was police every 2 blocks. It was a tense after that first night, but then God made it rain, sent everybody home.
Well, that'll work. That'll do it. Rain.
God made it rain. The next day, it was so smooth. It was so smooth, and then that's when they rolled out with the doom buggies and all that. It was way opposite from that first day, way opposite. So I want to commend Omaha Police Department for adapting and adjusting and acting like water per se.
Right.
Yeah, we have some professionals in all our law enforcement agencies. I know a lot of the Omaha Police Officer Command officers, and I know in their heart they want to do a good job. They want to connect with the community, and I think they're doing that. The community needs to see that, like you saw it, and also respond as well. Don't be put off by law enforcement officers. Go up and think of what they're doing. Have a conversation with them.
Right. Chief, I just like you brought it home when you said be intentional. The law enforcement needs to be intentional in terms of engaging with the community. You know what they should do? And all the different law enforcements can come together and do an event. Do an event, bring the doom buggies, bring all the stuff that the kids like, stickers, give all that stuff out, and just have an event. on whatever street, 24th Street, and just
that would be nice. The
have
whole entire
East-
24th
right.
have all these
police
different
department,
agencies.
sheriff department,
Yep.
fire department,
Yep.
all come together and put together a big event just to give back to the community.
Right.
Get out here, talk with the kids.
Mhm.
Then you're engaging the parents because the
Mhm.
parents will be right there, and just have a community event and connect with the community.
No,
That's
I
all you
agree.
need to do.
Yep,
That's
I
all you
agree,
need to do. And you do
100%.
that on a regular basis.
Mhm.
You're building up the trust in the community. The kids are getting to know more
Mhm.
about these different sheriff's department, fire department. They
Mhm.
might even think about going into, but they don't see y'all. So
I agree.
come to the street, come to the
Right.
people, show up for the people.
I agree, and I go
Let
back
me
to your
organize
comment.
that.
You know, I'm all for it. I go back to your comment about not seeing a female firefighter. Now
Yes.
imagine that a little young girl walk down the street and see that. And I'll give you a prime example. We were at a community event the other day. My deputies were, and I had one of my female deputies there. Little young girl came up, and her eyes were huge. And the mother said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I've never seen a female cop before. Never seen them." And she was just glowing.
Right.
So something like you're talking about, where you take 24th Street, and we got toys. When I say toys, we got boats and all this other stuff and dogs. We line all that stuff along 24th Street. Like it's an annual event,
Right.
a Criminal Justice Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And then
Let's do it, Sheriff.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's get it done.
Chief, let's get it
Let's
done.
get it done.
A female canine section. Do we have a all black female canine section in the police department? We need to start that.
You know, that's
All female. And they standing there with them dogs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
that's tight.
those little girls are like,
Oh, that's tight. It'd be like that
That-
one.
hey,
Remember
you
that
know,
one-
now
one-
she
one-
got me thinking. Now that would be interesting if you had a Criminal Justice Appreciation Day and it's all females. Everything from the departments, from State Patrol, Omaha
yeah.
Police, my department, La
That'd be
Vista,
dope.
Bellevue, and it's only females with their equipment, their uniforms. That would
dope.
be something to
Yes.
see.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd
that
be
sure
dope.
would.
That'd be worldwide news.
Oh, that's
Wow. Yeah.
that would be that's newsworthy. So
Yeah, without
yes, we'd have every media there.
Yeah, without doubt.
Never been done before.
No.
Never been done. And then, of course, we gotta have y'all down here with y'all grills.
Oh yeah.
Bring y'all grills.
Hold on, we're gonna have the food.
You gotta have the food. You
gotta have all the food trucks lined up.
Tailgate. Without doubt.
I like that. We definitely got to work on something like
Let's
that.
develop that. 'Cause that needs to happen.
Man, do it in February with Love Month. Wrong. It might be still.
No, we gotta do it when it's warm, so we can be out in the streets.
Unless we do it at like a CHI center or something.
Oh, indoor.
Oh,
Yeah.
indoor?
Yep. You could do that.
So I think you need to do a
So who's in charge of the community relations department? Those are the people that's gonna help develop this idea.
Right.
Yep. Oh, we need like 5,000 from each department. Oh, we put it on.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be simple.
put it in
The
that
money's
stage.
there. The
Yeah.
money's there. That's
Yep.
not
Oh,
a
yeah.
problem.
No, that's not a problem.
Yeah,
Money's there.
Stage have local groups.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
See,
I'm real
he's
for
already
it.
running with it, ain't he?
That's right. Bring the village people in. They got the police officer.
Why? Right. But no, it's just all about getting in front of the people,
Right.
in whatever way you can to engage with them. That's all that this is all about.
I agree.
Honestly, I had a brother. He sponsored the station last night. He said only reason why he sponsored the Boss Award, so I got a nice little donation. And he said that only way I'm getting this donation, I want to work with you to decrease crime by 50% in the Black community in 3 years.
Wow.
This brother from Chicago.
Really?
Chicago, and he has resources, but he has a great, brilliant business mind. And so I called him out the blue because, sometimes you need to call
make some phone calls.
Hey, I need some help. And then so
SOS.
Yes, yeah, okay. But on Mondays we are talking about modes of commerce, and I said, well, I'm asking for something, but I want to give you something because my mom always taught me if someone treats you good, you treat them better because you might need them one day. And I just can't ask for something and don't give nothing. And so we're gonna start an economic show, and so we start teaching economics on a daily basis for his watership per se. And so it's gonna take those kind of initiatives, those kind of partnerships, so we can continue to manifest greatness. And so Omaha, the birds, the bloods, the NOI. We're talking to Chief Deputy Sheriff Wayne Hudson. He's running for Dulles County Sheriff. the whole Douglas County, the whole county. How many people in the county?
Roughly, I think 584,000.
He needs your support. What's your website, brother?
Hudson4dcsheriff.com. FOR.
He's been doing this job for over 20-something years. He has opponents that never been a sheriff. That's kind of like, you know what I mean? That's kind of like you never done it before.
Right.
You know, he would keep it really simple. So, I think the door's open. I'll come open it. So let's go with experience. Let's vet those that's running on all of them. Please come out and meet Chief Wayne. I go to his website. He's gonna have different events in the community where you can actually meet him. And I encourage you to meet his opponents and let's see there's validity in what they say and what the literature they've been putting out, and see if that has validity about what they're saying about their opponents. All right, let's really look at that and then judge.
Right.
Right.
Chief, when is your next event where people can come out and get to know more about who you are?
November 9th, I'm going to have my actual campaign kickoff at 5:30 at the Marriott Regency. So November 9th, 5:30, Marriott Regency will be my official campaign kickoff. I'm asking the community to come out. If you go to my Facebook page, the event is on there. Just go ahead, like my page. It's Hudson 4. If you type in Hudson 4 Douglas County Sheriff or Hudson 4 DC Sheriff, you'll see it on there. Yeah, come on out and support. And let's win this thing. Let's make history. Let's show our kids that they can strive to do something. They're more than just the school they attend, the neighborhood they live in, the house that they live in. They're more than that. I tell people all the time when I talk about the community I grew up in, it was me and my brothers and sisters. We're 6 kids living in a 2-bedroom house. Okay. But yet out of the 6 of us, we have 4 bachelor's degrees, 2 masters, and 1 medical doctor, and 2 sheet metal certifications. That's from a father who didn't graduate from high school and a mother who just graduated from high school that came up from a small town called Sugar Lock, Mississippi. Sugar Lock, Mississippi. Sugar Lock.
I know there's a meaning behind that.
You know, and it's amazing when I mention that name in the community, how many people in Omaha from Sugar Lock, Mississippi.
Right.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, they made sure that we were educated. They made sure that we stayed out of trouble and that we excelled in whatever we wanted to do.
That's right. That's right. So Marriott Regency.
Marriott Regency.
Okay.
At 5:30, November 9th will be my official campaign kickoff.
Okay. So Omaha, my good people, you can't say you don't know nothing about him if you don't come out and meet him. So he's going to do a meet and greet kickoff campaign November 9th at 5:30. Come out. It's Marriott Regency. Y'all can get there. That's not a problem. You're not way out somewhere where people can't get to you.
I want to be kind of central, in the Douglas County. So
centrally located. But come out and meet with him. Ask him questions. You know, when you get to the voting polls, you don't know who to vote for because you really haven't engaged. And that's what this opportunity is about. You can come out here, bring your questions, write them down so you don't forget them. And then you're going to be engaging with us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So there it is.
Isn't it a nonpartisan race?
No, county is a partisan race, which is kind of ridiculous because what does being a Republican or Democrat have to do with being a sheriff or a county treasurer or clerk of the district court?
You for the whole community.
Correct.
I think those jobs need to be neutral. But you know, people get mad at me. I'm on a hierarchy in the Democratic Party, but I hang out with the Republicans and they get mad at me. But I don't care.
You know, people get mad at me too. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I tell people I'm not a politician. I'm a professional law enforcement officer. Now, so if it's a Republican that has things that can help me with my agency, I'm going to deal with them. I'm going to talk to them. Same thing with independents or Democrat. It's about helping the community and helping my agency. It's not about a political party.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so I encourage you, no matter if you're Republican, Democrat, you're welcome to come because you can vote for them.
Right.
And so we need to start crossing the aisle a little bit more. I mean, that's how we actually get things passed, y'all, by working together. I just don't understand you guys developing trenches and saying each other are bad. So I hang out with Republicans because I like hanging out with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I hang, but I don't go on that Democrat Republican side. I go by people's character,
Mm-hmm.
period, and how they treat me. And so if you're a Republican, I did have, when I was running for mayor, I had a Republican write me. And
What'd he say?
He said, Mr. King, he said, I don't like that you're self-made. Come and put a sign in my yard. I said,
hot dog.
I asked for the hand. I said, no, that's where I came from. And like I say, we got to do one step better.
Right.
Ain't no excuses. And the brother, my white brother, he respected that. He said, come put a sign in my yard. I said, all right, I won't do that. So my white brothers and sisters, I encourage you to come out and meet the chief. Please don't listen to sound bites. We gotta reach. We gotta meet people really. When I was on my basketball team, I was the only black on my team in Midland College, and but I had I just called my white homeboy, who's the head coach at Fremont High, and I call him my white homeboy because that's who is my brother. And so even though I was the only one, I didn't felt like I was the only one because we was a team. And so we got to make sure that regardless of how we look, that we are inclusive and we accept each other as a team, period.
Well, see, and he accepted you because of your character, not because of what political party you are. Sheriff Dunning, who was a previous sheriff, he promoted me 3 times. Not one time did he ask me, are you a Democrat or Republican before I promote you? Tom Wheeler, when he promoted me to this position now, he didn't ask me if I'm a Democrat or Republican. He already knew. He didn't promote me because of my political party. He promoted because of what I can bring to the agency.
Right now. And so that's why I want to be specific on that. If you're a Republican or a Democrat, especially Republicans, because most people perceive that black people are all Democrats.
Yeah.
Come out and let's meet each other. Let's be the trendsetter of our community. Let's be the change maker of our communities, without a doubt.
That's right.
And let's get it done. Chief, anything else that we didn't discuss?
I appreciate all that you do for this community. Just having that voice out there in the community that you do is really nice. It's incredible.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Sometime I get down, Chief, I need some prayers.
We all do.
Before we get off the air, we had a comment by Amar Scott. Good morning, bossing with you this morning. There's a lot of good cops out there. I've been in Omaha for 5 years. I moved here from California. My son has a football coach, officer, Keith Bell.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought I would actually be friends with a police officer, but he has been one of the best friends I've had in Omaha since we got here, made the transition real easy. He does a lot for the community. He does a lot for the children. He truly cares. He truly cares about the kids. And if people shouldn't let stigma stop them from making good relationship with people, you got to open up your heart, love thy neighbor. Oh yeah, without a doubt, baby.
Oh yeah,
Love thy neighbor.
He is one of a kind. He's a very good guy. I've known Keith for years. We do a lot of things together. He supports me in my run for sheriff. But you're talking about someone who's really connected with the community, and he's a state trooper too. So but he still spends hundreds of hours with his kids, coaching his kids, coaching other kids. So really good guy.
Without a doubt. But you guys be double teaming him.
Oh yeah,
be double and he real big.
Oh yeah,
real big. But he got so much love.
Yes. Yep.
And so, man, we appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you.
In front of the camera and behind the camera. We appreciate you without a doubt. Where do they need to go to support your campaign again?
It's my website, Hudson4DCSheriff.com, or just look me up on Facebook. If you type in Hudson for Sheriff, you'll see it on my Facebook page as well.
Martine, any last thing, Martine?
Well, thank you, Chief, for coming
to
the Boss Morning Show. You're welcome, Black, anytime.
Appreciate it.
Omaha, Nebraska, let's get out and support. Get to know Chief a little bit better. Come out to his kickoff. You're going to have many more after that.
Oh, yeah.
But up until the race is ready and everybody's ready to vote. But just come out because you don't know how to vote for people, because you don't know anything about them. And so you're just like at the polls, like, well, I'm just going to pick anybody.
Right.
I'm just going to circle in. Don't be that person.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be that way. get out here, interact, get to know them. Because a lot of times, you know, you get to you have a different view of people when you get to know more about them, and
Right.
that's through conversation.
Right.
Yep.
So,
without
but
doubt.
thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, without doubt.
You're welcome.
Yeah, please go out and meet them because some people give you a different aura. And they bring you, like you said, your dog or your baby, and if they start crying,
the dog start crying.
Litmus test.
The dog start crying.
Yep, that's your litmus test there.
Okay, without doubt. Omaha, the Birds of Bluff, the NOI. Please get out and be proactive. We're gonna take a break real quick, and then we got some tickets we're gonna give away to the Boss Awards.
That's right.
Before we get out of here, but this is one of the artists that's gonna be performing at the Boss Award. Her name is Sharanda. She goes to Central. Boss with
us.
My bird was off.
I appreciate you too.
Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, white steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, white steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. I've been on the move, road running. Ain't on your cars for nothing. I've been on my grind, yeah. Can't kick it, baby. So I ain't got time. You said you love me. Would you still be if my money ain't right? Tell me the truth, baby. Talk to me nice. Think that I'm holding in the back of your mind. Chasing these millions, ain't chasing no dimes. Love won't pay the bills. Love like mine get you pills. So I'm careful who deal with me. I'ma catch a case if you ain't really for me. Shooters even better drill for me. Fake love, yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Gotta split the block, someone snitching these stitches. And if we get money, don't speak how we did it. Can't roll with nobody who ain't with it. If I f with you, we running up digits. Can't stop at 6 figures, I'm $1 million, baby. I can't be your little baby. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, white steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, white steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. I need somebody who really about it. My own shouldn't drive, I carry my plate. They running their lips, but ain't really on shit. I told you once, don't speak what I did. It's a dead mouse in the trap. You play with my cheese, you this black. That's how you sound to right. You making noise, tell truth, you ain't speaking the facts. Babe, I'm gonna keep it 100. Would you rather have me tell you a lie? Giving you options, you don't love me or not. Hold on to the thought while I handle this drop. Babe, I was gonna be right back. You didn't understand that. I had to hang up these racks. I'm not your typical catch. I like rich sex in the back of the Phantom. Stars on the ceiling, it's not a rental. Been a long day, me good. How you been, boo? Ain't tryna argue about these. Stay busy on the road. You see that I'm here with you. No, I ain't tryna argue about. Stay busy on the road, you know. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, white steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, white steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Holding me down. Need no love ties that's holding me down. If I run it up, you gon' stick around. If I run it up, you gon' be around. Your love ties that's holding me down.
Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Crawford.
Official corn husker, already warned suckers that when that bell ring, it's time to knuckle up, buster. I'm done with the talking, beast mode when I'm walking to the ring. I see them shook like they just seen Martians. My fan riding with me, Bo Mac, entire city. After the glove touch, you gon' really need a strap for victory. Let them hands go, body blows to the frame. I dance on, do my ducking in the ring. The best underdog, the acronym is the name. Dance on, do my ducking in the ring. Boogeyman bang, blood stains on your mane. I dance on, I do my ducking in the ring.
You know, a lot of people, they can say whatever they want to say. Oh, he's not fighting nobody, he's not doing it. But prior to me fighting these guys, they some
Body strong, but my mind is stronger. That man standing in front of me won't last longer. The lights is bright, tonight's the night. The stadium's back, so act like you came to fight D.O.D. Known to spank asses in three-way classes. Thoroughbred, boys, converse stay capping. Never give me my credit when credit is due. I'ma watch these dudes. Time I don't wanna hear no excuse. The only blood that ain't getting smoked. Put him up against the ropes. His legs weakening, yeah, he thought I was a joke. Only 12 rounds to go before I'm crowned king. I dance on him. I do my ducking in the rain. The best underdog, the acronym is a name. Dance on him. Do my ducking in the rain. The boogeyman bang, blood stains on your mane. I dance on him. I do my ducking in the rain.
When it's time to fight, it's time to fight. At the end of the day, it's gonna be me or you. And I'm coming. And you know, it is what it is.
Word. Big up to Two-Toe Diegas, Jenny Bell, Red Spikes, Bernie the Box, I see you, baby. It's Team Crawford all day.
I was born to be a star, so I'ma shine. Even though where I'm from, they be hating all the time. Seem like they expect me to fall, but I ain't surprised. My eyes on the prize, now my city's on the ride. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat.
I've been working hard for this right here. Giving my blood, my sweat, my tears. Always had dreams that I make it to the top. Even when it got hard, I kept going non-stop. Pops wasn't there, but my mama held it down. She tried to keep me from hanging with the wrong crowd. Hanging with the homies, running in and out the house. Big pounds on the table, big guns in the couch. I'm glad my little brother chose to take another route. Cause the little homie there was short than me on the ounce. You gotta reach for the stars, aim through the clouds. Cause it's way more than life than what the streets talking about.
I was born to be a star, so I'ma shine. Even though where I'm from, they be hating all the time. Seem like they expect me to fall, but I ain't surprised. My eyes on the prize, now my city's on the ride. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat.
Say what you wanna say. You gon' hate anyway. You always gon' have something to say about the moves I make, as long as all my kids is straight and all my bills is paid. I ain't gon' let your worry me. Ain't gon' let your worry me. My son plays sports, crossover game nice. Boxing little bit, stiff left, strong rights. Crazy how life changed right before your eyes. One day you're nobody, next day you're the God. Now everybody on you talk about how they know you, claiming what you owe them, everything that they showed you. But at the same time, they can't wait till it's over. Praying for your downfall, sitting waiting like a cobra.
I was born to be a star, so I'ma shine. Even though where I'm from, they be hating all the time. Seem like they expect me to fall, but I ain't surprised. My eyes on the prize, now my city's on the ride. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I'm on my Terrence Crawford shit. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat. I feel like Terrence Crawford beat.
Say what you wanna say. You gon' hate anyway. You always gon' have something to say about the moves I make, as long as all my kids is straight and all my bills is paid. I ain't gon' let your worry me. Ain't gon' let your worry me. Say what you wanna say. You gon' hate anyway. You always gon' have something to say about the moves I make, as long as all my kids is straight and all my bills is paid. I ain't gon' let your worry me. Ain't gon' let your worry me.
All right, Omaha.
Omaha.
Yeah, what's going on? Omaha, yeah.
Omaha. Good morning. How y'all doing?
I need to go to Macy today too, man.
We back. You're tuning in to the Boss Morning Show here at 95.7 The Boss. Good morning, Omaha. How's everybody doing? King, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Martine. I'm trying to get, sometimes get coordinate, this technology stuff.
Good morning, Omaha. What time is it? It's a little after 9.
Yes. It is 9:30, 9:32.
Yeah, we're still rocking with y'all at the Boss Morning Show.
We got some tickets to give away. If you guys want to go to the Boss Show, we got some concert tickets to give away. Give us a call, 402-763-6781 if you want to go to the Boss Awards. We got some acts.
Man, King did it, y'all. He got a lineup full of our local artists. We want to spotlight them because we appreciate them.
Yeah.
We appreciate them rocking with 95.7 for the longest.
Yeah, without doubt. And then
Right?
we got the swag bags. If you
Yeah.
come to our Boss Awards, we got a swag bag that you can get. Got
For
our,
everyone
Yeah.
that comes to the Boss Awards, get your tickets so you can get a swag bag. And they're going to be filled with business cards, flyers, gifts from some of these small business owners around town as their appreciation and, to help let you know about them. That's what it's all about.
yeah, without doubt, we got some swag bags, y'all. So
Yeah.
come out, and I got some trinkets I'm gonna put in there. I got 2 boxes full of stuff.
Oh, well, shoot.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to miss this then because this bag's going to be full.
Yeah, it could be
Full of
interesting
goodies.
stuff. Yeah, interesting goodies and stuff.
Yes,
so.
interesting.
Yeah, so damn, I didn't know y'all had that. I didn't know you.
Yeah, we do. We got some stuff for y'all.
Yeah, without doubt. So
So come on through. Get your tickets. King, how much tickets? We got 3 levels.
well, $10 tickets for the Boss Awards. Come on. I think that's channel.
Come on in.
Channel. My man. We had superstars. We have
No.
superstars.
Oh, they can't be on there. Oh, okay.
We
So
have-
they can't.
Yeah, okay.
They gotta wait.
Well, superstars. We gotta go through the agents.
You gotta go through their agents. That's right.
You
That's right.
yeah, you gotta go through the agents. So, but these swag bags we're
Yeah,
gonna be
let's-
giving it to those that come to the ball. All types of goodies in it, and this is a Martine idea. She's good. She's good. Sometimes
we gotta bring it. We gotta bring it correct.
you gotta have a good partner when you're doing stuff.
Yeah, so you come to the Boss Awards, you get the swag bag. King, you got the swag bag. Y'all, 95.7 The Boss doing it right. Get your tickets.
We got tickets on sale. Go to eventbrite.com or you come down to the radio station. And this is a fundraiser for our station.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser for our station. So come and support us. So if you want a VIP, you get some food and a drink with that. If you just want to come in, you're already full, belly already full, $30 ticket. But if you go to the Boss Awards, you get $10 off your concert tickets.
Boom.
Bam,
That's a deal.
Yeah.
That's a deal. I like that, King. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
So
So
come
tell them
out.
again.
Yeah, come on. If you buy a Boss Award ticket, which is $10, you
Right.
get $10 off of your concert ticket.
So that makes it
a $10 discount.
Good save. Y'all do the math. So you saving $10 off of that $50 VIP ticket and get the food.
They still get food and drink.
Yes.
Yeah, come
So
on.
I mean, it's a good deal.
Without doubt.
And we're gonna have a good time.
Without doubt.
Nice lineup. And we got our bands coming. Who's opening up for
Well, we got Toomey. What country is Toomey from? He's
Toomey, Togo.
Togo. Okay, he's from Togo, so they're gonna be doing the Togo dancing. African dancing. I mean, it's gonna be entertaining. And then we just signed Rhythm Collective. They're a reggae band, and so we're gonna have some calypso, some island, some reggae.
Hey, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's from the Black diaspora. We got to go all the world for y'all. And then we come with the old school group, Club Nouveau. Why you treat me so bad?
That's right. Shoot.
Jealousy and all them.
So we have a mix of all of our people out in the diaspora. So y'all come on through, get your tickets. King, what locations can they get the tickets at?
They can go to La Flores right here on North 24th. They can go to Daly's on 30th Street. They can go to Advanced Tax on 61st and Ames.
63rd and Ames.
63rd and Ames. Or they can go to Rib Shack Smokehouse and pick up their tickets there. All right?
That's right. And they're off of 108th and Q. So we got the West, the Mid.
Yeah, okay, we all over the city, baby.
And the North.
All over.
Midtown.
Rib Shack Smokehouse is on 108th and Q.
Yes.
Yep. Southwest Omaha. Yeah, we're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
So we need your support.
That's right. We need your support. We've been out here. We're doing the Boss Morning Show, giving back to the community. We're helping to keep the radio station alive, and we need your help. We need your donations. So come on in, get your tickets. Come on out, have a good time. Come and eat, fellowship. It's going to be great.
Without a doubt.
This is our first annual Boss Awards. So we
First
want to
annual.
make it successful. So we need your help. We need your support. Please pass the word, spread the word around so that all your friends can know and y'all all can come out. It's on October 30th.
October 30th. And the goal is to create this Black business diaspora so we can recognize our intelligent wealth, our business capacity.
That's right.
So we can start doing business together and with our other brothers and sisters.
That's right. That's all. That's what it's about.
Without a doubt, we got to change the perception of our community. And the best way is exchanging dollars for products and services.
That's right.
Martine, anything else before we get out of here?
No, I think we're good. It's Tuesday, Tell the Truth Tuesday. I want everybody to go out and be truthful with yourself. Have a good time. Let's take care of one another. And we'll see y'all here tomorrow morning for the Boss Morning Show.
Without a doubt. Tell the truth, but accept the truth. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. So go look in the mirror and say, you're lying to me.
Tell the truth. Look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And say, tell the truth today.
Yeah, tell the truth. Look at your own
Tell
self.
the truth today, Martine.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm telling the truth today, y'all. All right, Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs. We are out of here. We got some guests in the house, and they gotta be behind the scenes. You know, they CIA, FBI, ATF, ABC, NBC, CBS. Oh, they got all the letters.
All of them.
All of them. They took all the letters, Martine.
Okay.
Boss with us.
Boss with us.
It's just a public service announcement.
Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus?
Coronavirus!
Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Well, here's what I want you all to do.